All right, picture this. A massive rocky mountain, dark clouds swirling at the peak, flashes of lightning cracking the sky. And at the base, a whole nation, thousands of people, standing in awe, maybe a little terrified, waiting for something big. And oh boy, something big is coming. This is the setup for one of the most pivotal moments in human history, the 10 Commandments. You know those stone tablets Moses came down with? But hold on, this isn't just a story about rules. This is about a moment that shook the world, a direct encounter between God and his people. And let me tell you, it wasn't some quiet, peaceful, sit down and have a chat kind of deal. No, this was a full-on, earth-shaking, fire-blazing, voice of God booming moment. So let's rewind a little. The Israelites had just been freed from Egypt, rescued from slavery in the most dramatic way possible. Plagues, parting seas, the works. And now, here they are, standing before this mountain because God himself wants to speak to them, not just to Moses, no, to all of them. And when he does, it's so overwhelming that they literally beg Moses, "You talk to him, we can't handle this." Imagine something so powerful, so raw, that just hearing it shakes you to your core. Then the moment comes. Silence falls over the crowd. Then, boom, thunder rolls. A blast of a trumpet, but not from human lips. A divine sound. The mountain trembles, and then the voice. A voice unlike any other. It fills the air, fills their bones, shakes the very ground they stand on. And God speaks. 10 laws, 10 divine instructions, not suggestions, not guidelines. These are the foundation of morality, the backbone of civilization as we know it. The first few, they're all about God. No other gods, no idols, don't misuse his name, and keep the Sabbath holy. You might think, why start with these? But think about it. If you don't get God right, everything else falls apart. Now, let's break these down. No other gods before me, because loyalty matters. Imagine a marriage where one spouse constantly flirts with other people. That's what idolatry is to God. Then, no idols. Because how do you represent the creator of the universe with something man-made? You can't. Don't misuse his name, because names have power. Imagine someone dragging your name through the mud. God's name isn't just a word, it represents who he is. And keep the Sabbath, because rest is holy. We weren't designed to work 24/7. God himself rested, not because he needed to, but to set an example. Then come the ones about people. Honor your parents, because let's be real, without respect at home, society crumbles. Don't murder, because duh. But Jesus later took it further. Even hatred in your heart is a form of murder. Don't commit adultery, because trust is everything. And again, Jesus raises the bar. Lust in your heart is already adultery. Don't steal, don't lie, and don't covet, because a world full of jealousy and dishonesty, that's a world that falls apart. These commandments aren't just rules. They're the blueprint for a functional, just, and loving society. But here's the thing. God wasn't just throwing laws at them like a heavenly rule book. He was forming a covenant, a sacred agreement. I am your God. You are my people. Follow these, and you will thrive. And Moses, he's up there, taking it all in, holding these 2 stone tablets, literally written by the finger of God. Can you even imagine? Actual divine handwriting? Talk about priceless. Now, you'd think the Israelites would be on their best behavior after witnessing all this, right? Nope. While Moses is up the mountain, the people get restless. They turn to Aaron, Moses' brother, and say, "We don't know what happened to Moses, so make us a god." And Aaron, instead of shutting them down, he collects their gold, melts it, and boom, a golden calf. Pause. Think about how crazy this is. They just heard God's voice. They just agreed to the covenant, and now they're breaking the very first commandment. Moses comes down, sees this, and oh boy, he loses it. Smashes the tablets, breaks the idol. He's furious, but it's not just anger, it's heartbreak. They had seen God's power, heard his voice, and still turned away. And yet, even in their failure, God doesn't abandon them. He calls Moses back up the mountain, gives him another set of tablets, and renews his covenant. Because at the heart of it all, this isn't just about rules, it's about relationship. The Ten Commandments weren't meant to be a burden. They were meant to be a gift, a way to live in harmony with God and with each other. And guess what? They still matter. They're not outdated. They're not just ancient history. They're the foundation of justice, integrity, and love. And the best part? Through Jesus, we're invited into an even deeper covenant, one that transforms our hearts, not just our actions. So the next time you hear about the Ten Commandments, don't just think of old stone tablets. Think of a God who speaks, a people who struggle, and a love that never gives up. Because that's a story worth remembering. And hey, if you enjoyed this and want more powerful, eye-opening Bible stories like this, make sure to subscribe, hit that button, and let's keep diving into these incredible stories together.